All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Daryl Camp, and I work with the Communications Department here at Columbia-Greene Community College. And welcome to our first ever LPM program information session. This is a very relevant session for everyone here, both faculty, staff, and prospective students, because A, the program is brand new, and B, there is recent news in the healthcare industry about this specific occupation that makes all of your potential futures so much more important. Another school in the SUNY system, UAlbany, they recently did a survey that found among over 300 healthcare organizations that LPNs were some of the hardest to recruit and maintain. And that has led to a sort of avalanche effect over time where people are discovering that, hey, we should take this occupation seriously and we should pay people for doing it. And the reason the vast majority of us find employment and go to school is because we would like to make money. So that is one of the major things that has changed in recent years is the recognition about the importance of licensed practical nurses. And because there is so much recognition about the importance of licensed practical nurses, there is a simultaneous understanding of what they do in the community and the services they provide to people. And healthcare it's often a controversial news-related topic. It's often contentious at times, but it's a system we all interact with at one point or another. So it's important to understand that there is a personal benefit to you, whether it be the benefit of satisfaction of helping people or the benefit of a financially stable future that can come from being an LPN. And there is a benefit to the community around you of these things, the economic activity that takes off from having people come from a farm system or an institution like Columbia-Greene Community College and go out into the community in the Twin Counties and beyond. So that is one of the major points that I wanted to make before we get really started here as people are still trickling into the session. I didn't want to stall too much because we all have busy lives. There are adult learners here. There are people who are learning for the first time. So I want to respect everyone's time and sort of keep things moving.
I know, but compared to normal,
So,
you know,
hey, Jenna, if you can mute your microphone. Thank you. So over this program session, we will, there we go. Thank you, Jenna. We will overview the program, the admissions requirements, the financial aid requirements, next steps, and deadlines. So moving forward, I want to pass this briefly to Arobi, the Assistant Director of Admissions at C-GCC, to talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts and specifics of how this program is going to work.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Arobi. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions. I actually see a lot of familiar names in our chat right now, as well as in our participant group. So that's really great to see. You probably got an email from me before this. If you haven't, I'm so eager to get in touch with you guys. So now let's talk about this LPN program. This is a brand new program. Usually people know our RN program, which is our Associate Degree of Nursing program, but this spring, we're launching our first cohort of our LPN program, the Practical Nursing program. But we haven't been completely outright with our information because this is a brand new program that we are still finalizing a lot of details on. And we wanted to make sure that every I was dotted, T was crossed before we brought the information to you. So what is our practical nursing program? So it's a 16 potentially 60-month program, certificate program that will be running over the weekends. So a lot of you may be familiar with our RN program that works during the week, but our LPN program is designed specifically for the adult learner, for the working people who are looking to get a jump start on their, oh, there we go. Yes, 16-month certificate program and everything. So it is a weekend program. Your clinicals, your lectures, your labs are all going to be happening Saturday and Sunday. They will be all day. which is how you're able to complete this program in the 16-month time frame, because you're taking, at the end of the day, 54 credits if you haven't taken a lot of them already. Now, one of the things that people have been asking about is how would the lectures and the clinicals work? So the lectures are going to be on campus. They're going to be in person, and we have the facilities for our lectures. If you've seen them, if you're current nursing students or have been within the Columbia-Greene community as a nursing pathway student, you might have seen our nursing wing that has our simulation lab as well as all of our microbiome labs, AMP labs, etc. So those lectures and lab classes will be in person and they will be on campus. The clinicals will be off campus at local sites in this area, most likely from Dutchess County all the way up to Albany County. And we're looking to add as many as we can so that we can really provide a good hands-on training for our students. This is a program that is designed to only be weekends, so you only really have the option to do that, to do the clinicals and the lectures on the weekends. The liberal arts requirements, however, like Intro to Psych, Intro to Soc, Human Biology, those classes can be taken and fulfilled during the week. So the week you do your Human Bio, and on the weekend you do your Practical Nursing 101 on Saturdays and Sundays. This program is, however, only spring start. That means we are only enrolling once every year, and it's for the following spring semester. So right now I am enrolling students in for spring 2026. So literally next January, this upcoming January is going to be the first cohort of our LPN program, which is so exciting. So some of the things that I wanted to highlight about our program is the fact that this is not only in person, but we have an on-campus simulation lab that has smart dummies. They are attached to software that allows you to actually mimic a person to go into your clinicals. So our facilities are very much aligned with wanting you to be a successful nurse out in the real world, in the field. And for that, we make sure that our students are supported. We have small class sizes, and we make sure that you're placed in local healthcare facilities that we can also go to. The other thing that I wanted to highlight is the fact that this is going to be one of the more affordable options of an LPN program in this area. We will be since it is a 54 credit program, I like to think of it as 54 credits. Each credit is $225, so on and so forth. A lot of our students who are already applying to the LPN program have taken a lot of the liberal arts requirements, whether it was at another institution, at Columbia-Greene, or they were on the nursing pathway track, and now they're moving on to the LPN track. And that's amazing. Those will all count towards your LPN program. So you don't have to retake those classes or anything like that. One of the biggest things I've been asked are the liberal arts requirements in person as well. Luckily for us, we have a lot of sections for each of those classes to be asynchronous, meaning they can be taken online. Again, it's going to come down to availability, and it's going to be first come, first serve. A lot of these classes are also classes that the RN students are taking, or the nursing pathway students looking to go into our RN program are also taking. Which brings me to our next point, the seamless transition to the RN track. This has been a very sought after question because people want to join our RN program but know how difficult it is to get a seat. We have 60 seats and almost 250 applicants every year. So how does this help you? The LPN program is created in a way so that you can have a seamless transition into the RN program, but also you get priority enrollment into the RN program, which allows you to almost bypass the competition, not entirely, but it allows you to bypass the competition where other students would not be able to without completing our LPN program. This is mainly because our facilities, our nursing staff, our nursing faculty are all working with the same group of students. And so essentially, you're kind of just transitioning with the same network that you built on your first day in the LPN program. So it allows you to really keep that momentum, and it allows our faculty to make sure that you know what you know going from the LPN program to the RN program, where you might not find that consistency from another LPN program coming into our RN program. Okay.
Really quickly before we move on, I see all of the questions in the chat. We will get to those at the end. We'll have probably 10 or 15 minutes to go over all the questions, and you can ask additional questions verbally at the end. But we are not ignoring the questions in the chat. We will get to those in about 15 or 20 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. And I
Yep.
think a lot of those questions will also be answered as I give my presentation. So just hang in tight, okay, you guys? I promise I'm gonna tell you guys everything. I won't gatekeep anything. Okay, so now the biggest thing, how do I apply? How do I get in? So one of the things that I still have to screen for is the main basic admissions requirements. I need a high school diploma, high school transcript, or a copy of your GED. I need to verify that you have graduated high school or have received some form of equivalency diploma. I will also need a submission of all of your post-secondary school transcripts, meaning all transcripts from, let's say you went to HVCC after you graduated from high school, or Maria College or Mildred Alley, right? A lot of you guys have been in this process for a few years now, and so you might have accumulated a few secondary school transcripts. I will need all of them to really make sure that you are set to sit for the NCLEX. This is mainly all of the submissions of all of the transcripts and the high school diploma is mainly to ensure that you can be licensed as a nurse in New York State. Without all the proper documentation, it is possible for New York State to decline licensing you. So we want to dot our I's and cross our T's. Now the next main thing, and this is what's really getting you into the LPN program, is an ATI T's score of 58 or above. Now, you may be familiar with the ATI-Ts if you've been in the process, if you're a nursing pathway student. If not, the ATI-Ts is a general test through ATI. ATI is the company and the T's is the exam name. It is basically testing you on math, science, English, and reading. And while we aren't looking for a 58 in all of the subjects, we are looking for a cumulative 58 score. This will come up as proficient when you're looking at your ATIT score result. That 58 is our cutoff. Anything below that, even if it's a 57.9, I'm so sorry. I am unable to accept that. Anything above 58, please submit to me. We are currently, like I said before, we are currently enrolling for spring 2026, which means that I have to cut off my application process earlier rather than later. So you will have to get me those applications sooner rather than later. I did want you guys to note that there is limited seating due to the amount of clinical sites and the clinical seats that we have available. There are 30 seats currently in the program, but I have a lot of students in the pipeline who've already submitted all their materials, submitted the T's, etc. So, and I am admitting students first come, first serve basis. So as long as you get me your completed application with your diploma, your GED, and all of your transcripts and your T score, I will be admitting you in. The other thing I did want to mention, because I do get this a lot, can a student send me their transcripts? Unfortunately, our admissions policy is that you may not send us your transcripts. In order for a transcript to be considered official, they must come from their granting institution. So if you did have your application in with all of the necessary documentation, but you sent me the transcripts, that is not considered a complete application. Same goes for the ATIT score. The ATIT score must be sent to admissions directly through ATI. Anything coming from the student will not be considered official. And you want to just make note of this, because this is the one thing that could trip you up with the first come, first serve. If there is a student who has given me all of the official documentation, I will have to admit that student before I can admit a student who has provided unofficial documents. Okay. Can we go on to the next slide, please? Amazing. Okay, so I wanted to touch base about our current Columbia-Greene students. We have a lot of students in the pipeline currently who are looking to go into our RN program, have been in the pipeline for a few years now, for a few semesters now, and are very excited about our LPN program. So what do? So our current students will still have to submit their T-score, but because you had already applied and you were already accepted, you will not have to reapply for the program. You will just have to submit your T-scores to me. Once I have approved it, I will help you submit the change of curriculum to our registration office. This is where registration will then go into your student account and change your major or your curriculum to the LPN program. And this could be either during the next few days, this could be after you've taken the T's. Let's actually sit down, have a conversation, see what you want to do. I know a lot of our current Columbia-Greene students are looking to go into our RN program. And the deadline for our RN program is coming up pretty soon, February 1st. So I did want to note that current students who are looking to go into the LPN program will have to commit to the LPN program. I understand it feels very, very, you want to go into the RN program if you can get a chance, but if not, you want to go into the LPN program. Unfortunately, due to the limited seats, we want to make sure we're treating this as equitably and as fairly to students as we possibly can, because once a student has committed to the LPN program, their clinical sites and everything like that will all be set up, and we do not want students jumping ship from the LPN program into the RN program. I really hope you guys can understand why we decided to go this route. But trust me, it's been a question that I've been asked many times, so I just wanted to let you guys know. If you want to do the LPN program, you must commit to it. If you want to stay on the nursing pathway track, feel free to do that. Commit. You can still compete February 1st for the RN program. Okay, now the next big thing. Will my credits count? Yes, your credits will count. Students who have taken credits at C-GCC, your credits are already there. They're in your transcript. They will absolutely count towards your LPN program. So if you only have the practical nursing courses left to take, you've taken human bio, intro to psych, intro to soc, then yeah, all you need to take are the practical nursing classes, and it just makes life easier. Okay, now the next thing is the timeline and the next steps. I wanted to really emphasize the importance of our timeline, because at the end of the day, this is a first come, first serve program. So you want to really follow each step to the T and make sure you have your ducks in a row before we begin January 20th. So you have to submit your application. That's going to be your first step. You're going to submit all of your supporting documentation during it, after it, within the week. I will need all of your supporting documentation, the transcripts, the ATIT score, all of it. And then I will admit you, again, on a first come, first serve basis. The next steps, and you can do these concurrently, is going to be doing all of the health assessments as well as the background check, and you will be meeting with an academic advisor from our nursing department to make sure that you are aware of everything that is going to happen within the LPN program. This could also include financial aid, which we're going to get to later. That is a concurrent step that you can take once you've been admitted. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm gonna hand this back to Daryl. Thank you, Daryl.
Thank you. So yes, firsthand experience is the kind of thing that we find to be incredibly valuable here. Sometimes we call people with that experience credible messengers. And Deidre, who I see in the bottom left on my screen, is one of
Hello.
those people. Hi, good to see you. So,
You too.
can you just talk a little bit about your experience as a student and the ways in which uh, institutions like this one can support people who may have non-traditional learning paths?
Oh, yes, completely. Like I did the LPN program 21 years ago through Questar, and I actually got a grant through the college when I did that back then. And I decided to go back 20 years later for my RN. And when I called the school, the advisors were great. They talked me through what I needed to do. I was nervous at first, being in my 40s, starting college, again, and going through the process of that. But everyone there has been so great and so helpful. And they have asynchronous classes that you can do. And that's what I started out with over the summer, getting some of my prereqs done. Now I'm doing some classes in person, which is great. I know I'm not going to get into the program this year because I started late. So it'll be next year when I go to get into the program. But it's a really great, it's been a great career for me the last 20 years doing this, and it's a really good step, I think, going into nursing and wanting to, like, if going into the RN program is something that you want to do, this is a really great step and a great way to make a good income, while you're in school as well, and learning. It's a lot of hands-on learning.
Real quick, I had one follow-up question, and just everyone else, can we make sure our mics are muted so we can hear clearly what Deidre is saying? But the level of satisfaction that you get from your career, can you explain what that's like outside of just the non-traditional portion of your schooling? What has it been like in the 20 years to be able to have helped as many people as you have?
Oh yeah, it's been, I've worked in many different aspects of nursing. I've done pediatric care for 12 years in a pediatric clinic. I've done adult medicine. I do long-term geriatric medicine now. I was a unit nurse manager of a dementia floor. So there's a lot of opportunities and room to grow through the process of, being an LPN. You are the hands-on person. You're the person that's taking care of these people. You're the person that's talking to the doctor, that's seeing them, that's working with your fellow RNs, that are above you in those ways. But it's been a wonderful experience, and it pushed me more to want to just go further in my nursing career.
I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your story. Now, we have another student speaker, and this is Nicola. A slightly different perspective because Nicola is a current nursing student and has a different perspective. So if you're still with us, Nicola, oh, there you are.
Yes.
Yeah, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Hi, good day. It's
Hi,
Nicola Dumbville.
Nicola.
Hi. So I'm familiar with Deidre.
Yes.
Yes, she's a nurse where I work at yeah, we should not just say where we work. Okay. But she's also a unit manager, and she is very great. She loves her patient and takes very good care and makes sure that everyone that she works with her does what they're supposed to do. So yes, DJ, you're a great nurse.
Oh, thank you, Nicola.
So my background is I'm from Jamaica, and I left school in 1995, and I came here and didn't know, wanted to go into the nursing program, and actually didn't know where to start. And the staff at Columbia-Greene, you meet with them and they take you through. They help you through, they helped me through the pathway, what subjects to take, the timeline. You know, they were very, very, very supportive. The school culture is a bit different. I'm not a tech person also, so the classes that I had to do online and stuff, it was talked through. But I can't emphasize how supportive the members of the staff at Columbia-Greene is, from everyone. You see Arobi smiling, that's her. That's her. She is a warm and welcome person. The advisors are the same also. I'm a first year student in a nursing program. This is my first semester, and it's been great. The nursing faculty, they want us to succeed. You can talk to them freely, openly. It's like you don't you you don't have to feel like they are unapproachable. Never, right? They emphasize and that they're there to help us succeed, because our success is their success, right? We succeed, the school succeed, right? Nobody wants a failing school, a failing grade, right? So they put out their utmost best to make sure that we have the material. There is so much supportive system at Columbia-Greene. I can't even emphasize. There's supportive system if you can't have gas to come to school. So it's like when you meet with the faculty, with your advisor and stuff, they don't withhold nothing from you. As to the nursing program, at first I thought that leaving school for so long, I wouldn't be able to remember stuff, to know stuff, because there's a lot of ages there and stuff, but they cater for everyone. Everyone is unique in their own special way, and the staff are there to help you, guide you with whatever issues you may have, right? Also, if ever you do, like right now, we're doing exams. Next week is our fourth exam, and then coming up with the final for this semester. And it is set up that you get to remediate. They go over the exams with you, right? Before an exam, there is case studies. So it's set up for success, basically, set up for success. If the nursing program is what you want to be in, starting from the LPN to transition, whichever program it is, right? The supportive system is there. I have a daughter that attends Columbia-Greene. She's in a different, doing something completely, totally different. And the supportive system, it doesn't matter which area, it is there.
Lovely. I appreciate that deeply. I have no further questions. That was quite comprehensive. So the next person that I'll throw this to is every time I see her in the hallways, I go, wow, this lady's important, because she is. And that is Joelle Phelps. And we're going to talk about financial aid and how we can make the practical bridge between what you aspire to be and the completion point and actually getting there. So Joelle, the floor is yours.
Everybody, thank you very much for taking the time tonight to log in and hear all about our new program that we're launching this spring of 2026. So the screen that you see here is just some simple information. I did not want to go overboard. I wanted tonight to be a night about LPN and all the questions that you have. I see all of them popping up on our little comment board here, so we're going to get to those in a few minutes. But this program does qualify for federal and state financial aid. So we encourage you, and most of you have probably already been through the process before of filling out your FAFSA, including your New York State TAP applications. But I want you to know too that Columbia-Greene has a pretty healthy foundation office that has a plethora of scholarships specifically designed for our nursing students. So all nursing students, full and part-time, regardless of where you are in the process, we do have scholarships. And beyond that, we have a wide range of support services for you. We have a persistence fund, we have CARES funds. That's all funding that can help you get through the hurdles of life. Gas cards, cards to stewards to get the milk and the bread, baskets during the holidays when things are a little bit tough. So realize that we are a small community and we all know each other and we really get to know our students. So there are so many avenues for you to reach out to your faculty, staff members, administration, myself, and we can guide you to the food pantry, to the resources and academic support services, extra time taking your tests in the LPN program, all of that. We will be here with you at least on Saturdays. So our support services will be open. You could stop by financial aid with questions. You'll be able to get a copy of your bill. You'll be able to really do anything that you would do normally during Monday through Friday. The library will be open. So we're trying to make this as accessible to you as possible and provide all of the opportunities for you. But financial aid can be a little hang up for some folks. So we just want you to know, chill, we've got you. Give our office a call. Reach out to Laura Decker, who's the Director of Financial Aid. You can come in and get personal attention, sit down with a counselor, fill out your forms. They can answer all of your questions, go over your bill, and where you're falling short, they will help you find the resources to fill that gap. So a lot of our students, I think if you had an opportunity to talk to more than just the two of the most amazing ones we have right here, you will see that a majority of our students, anywhere between 75% or better, receive some type of financial aid in the form of scholarships and grants. So it's not all student loans. We do not expect you to go into debt to get this degree. We want you to do it and be financially responsible while you do it, because we want you to get to the end, to get to your goal. So to kind of sum it up, just being conscious of our time, financial aid is here to help you, as well as the admissions office. You've met Orobi, and you're right, Orobi smiles all day long. No matter what is going on, she is smiling. And all of the students, sometimes enter her office crying, but they all leave smiling, because it's not easy to pursue what you guys are all trying to get to. So thank you again for chiming in. And we will get to these questions as soon as our fearless leader, Daryl, takes us there. But again, welcome to Columbia-Greene, and I really do hope to see you walk in the halls and working in the simulation lab next to our faculty. So thank you all very much.
And with that, we do have some FAQs up on the screen that I just want to go through really quickly so we can get to the live questions here. All right. Do you accept transfer credits from external institutions? Let's go with Arobi. What is your answer that is slightly different from what's on the screen that gives a little more clarity here?
Yes, we do accept transfer credits as long as our registration office, after evaluating your transcripts, determines equivalency. One of the biggest questions I get is about human biology. If they took human biology at a different college, would it transfer? It depends. It depends on if it was a lab course and not just a lecture, but most likely if you took it at a SUNY or another SUNY community college working towards an RN program, it most likely will transfer. But don't hold me to it. Do not quit. At the end of the day, it's registrar's call.
Also, what if I already took all of the liberal arts requirements?
Yes, now it's just a matter of taking the practical nursing courses. As long as you have everything else, then all you have to take are the weekend classes.
Are there online options?
There are online options. The general education courses may be taken online. The sections are available. We also have evening sections for those courses as well.
So if one were to be deeply interested, how would they apply?
Yes, if you can navigate to our website, you can hit the Apply Now button on the top right corner. If not, you could always stop by our office at 4400 Route 23, Hudson, and you can fill out a form right in front of me and I can help you through everything. I am also one of the most important contacts you will need to have if you have any questions about the LPN program, the RN program. I am the enrollment specialist for all of our healthcare programs. So feel free to give me shoot me an email. Feel free to give me a call. Sometimes I am in and out with meetings and everything else that's going on, so you might not always reach me by phone. Feel free to follow it up with an email or leave a voicemail. I will most likely get back to you. Leave me your phone number or some kind of return back email address, call back number, anything like that. I also wanted to highlight that we have our admissions office number as well as an admissions email, so that if you don't hear from me, you might be able to hear back from one of my other admissions counselors. And the 6500 extension goes directly to Wanda, who is our front desk at the admissions office. She's the one who picks up that phone, and then she will triage as needed. I
All
also
right.
put the main
Oh,
financial aid office phone number on here as well as their email address. This will go to all the members of the financial aid team. If you have any questions, feel free to reach them there. And then the last one is that health services number. Now, a lot of questions are coming up about what you do about the physicals, the physical assessment, the fit tests, everything like that. I could have sworn I had a slide about that, about the next steps, including needing your physicals done. The health service director will help you through that. You will need to pass a background check for the LPN program because of the clinical site, since you're, yes, there we go. Complete the health assessment, the background checks, and everything like that. I don't have the specificities right now, but if you reach out to Maria, who is our director of health services, she will be able to give you much more information. If not, once you get admitted, I provide all of that information in your acceptance packet, so you don't have to chase the answers yet. Think those are your main contacts. Feel free to take a picture, screenshot, so that you have them on hand.
all
Okay.
right. We have 8.5 minutes left, so I will take these questions in the order in which they appeared in the chat. What if you may have answered this in some way already, but what if you have already completed the prerequisites such as psych, English, and so on?
Yes, you can still apply for the program and still get into the January 2026 cohort. Again, that's going to have all of those transfer credits are going to be based on registrar. You're going to meet with your academic advisor from the nursing department to really determine what courses you will still have to take. If not, then you just take the practical nursing classes.
So I'm just going to read the second half of this question because you just answered the first half. How long does it take to complete the LPN coursework alone?
Yes, it's a 16-month program based on the LPN coursework. So it's every weekend for 16 months through every semester, Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays, it's going to be most likely from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's an all-day program, same as Sundays. These are all-day programs because you're really trying to push together really, really elaborate nursing classes into a 15-month, 16-month program.
Can liberal arts classes be done online?
Yes, I have answered this already. There are sections, asynchronous sections for the liberal arts classes.
Where and when can we do the T's before January?
Yes, so the T's actually has its own website, the atitesting.com website. You can see there's going to be 4 options. You can take it remotely, you could take it in person, you could take it at another institution, another testing center. You can take the test on your own volition, and then have the T-score sent to me. I know a lot of the students right now are asking about the T's test that's going to happen at Columbia-Greene specifically. The next T's test that we're doing is December 6th. It is going to be first come, first serve registration, which is why I don't highly recommend this option, because this is a first come, first serve program. So if the program fills up before December 6th, before our test date, I cannot promise you or guarantee you a spot in the program. you will be added to a wait list, but that wait list will only be tapped into if students are denying their seat or no longer confirming their seat in the program.
How much longer will the RN program be after the LPN?
Yes, so if anybody's aware of the way our current RN program works, LPNs can actually challenge Nursing 1 and Nursing 2, which only leaves a year left. If we are hoping to follow a similar structure going forward, but everything is subject to change. So hopefully you're looking at potentially a year, if not a little longer, for the remainder of the program. But again, things are subject to change. I just want to emphasize that we have the LPN challenge that we allow LPNs to do, which challenges Nursing 1 and Nursing 2. And if you're successful at challenging both of them, it gets rid of that first year of the nursing program.
How many times can you take the TEAS exam?
You can take it as many times as you want outside of Columbia-Greene. At Columbia-Greene, you are only allowed to take it twice during one admission cycle.
And the program starts in January, correct?
Yes, the program will be starting January 20th. That is when our spring 2026 semester will start. The actual clinicals and the lectures will start that first weekend, which falls on January 24th.
How long does it take to get the TEAS approved once it's taken, passed, and submitted to you?
So I think it shows up in the portal within 24 to 48 hours. As long as I see it and I can see exactly when the test scores have been submitted to me, I will go based on that. So it doesn't take long for me to process. It just is a matter of me getting to it after all of the other applications.
What vaccines are required? Are the COVID or flu shots mandatory for the program or clinical sites?
I do not want to give you a guaranteed answer of what is and what is not, because that is going to be up to the clinical sites as well as the Director of Health Services. So once you have been admitted, or I can send you over to Maria after you've submitted an application and you're just looking for the next steps. I can send you over to Maria and she would be able to help you understand better the requirements that are necessary for the clinical sites.
How many students are being accepted into the LPN program?
30. We only have 30 seats.
How will you be notified if you're accepted?
Everyone will receive an email from me as well as a welcome packet in the mail that will include their acceptance letter. If I do not hear back within the first 2 weeks of your acceptance, of you confirming your seat, you will no longer be confirmed for your seat. Essentially, it will be rescinded if it has not been confirmed.
Because you said you have already started admitting students, how many actual seats are left?
Yes, so I have about, I want to say 26, 25 seats left. Not a guaranteed number. I have to check tomorrow exactly how many seats I have left, but I'm very upfront. We have a decent amount of seats left.
I can answer this one. Will we have access to PowerPoint slides that you went over today? Yes, this whole presentation and including the slides will be sent out from the college within the next few days. Is there a study guide to the TEAS test? Is there a payment fee for taking the test?
So there are study guides that I provide to students who do put in an LPN inquiry or have provided an application into to Columbia-Greene. The study guides are very much just free materials that we have found online that includes practice tests and etc. For students to take. We don't have any physical form of study materials, unfortunately. Anything that you wanted to get through ATI is completely up to your volition, but they do have a package that you can purchase through ATI to get some study guides as well as pay for the test. So feel free to go that route. But the few study guides that I will give you are online, website-based study materials. And the second question was, how much is the fee?
Is there a
So
fee?
right now, the college is still finalizing the fee structure for the TEAS. I can guarantee you it will not be the $120 that you will be paying if you take it remotely. Hopefully we'll get it down a little bit less than that. but we'll communicate all of that once it's been finalized. So I don't want to provide any specific numbers as of right now. We're still like as of this morning, I'm still having that conversation with ATI. So I really appreciate you guys' patience.
So we'll do one more question here, and then for any follow-ups, I'll have you reach out directly to Arobi, and we can continue the dialogue. Just out of respect for everyone's time on the call here, who do the transcripts go to? None of my schools are recognizing Code Green, so I have to enter the information manually.
Yeah, so on your screen, you'll see the admissions at sunycgcc.edu email address. All transcripts can be sent there. So if Columbia-Greene does not show up on the software or whatever website you're using, you could always have it sent to admissions at sunycgcc.edu.
All right, it is 7:15. We are out of time. I appreciate everyone for coming. I appreciate the fact that there are so many prospective future LPNs in the chat right now. Thank you for joining, and follow up with Arobi with any follow-up questions, or Joelle if you'd like.
Absolutely.
Everyone have a good night.
I'm excited to talk to all of you. I'll be in touch.